Hello, guys. It's time for Rocking with Becca. I'm sorry I missed last week, but it was just a situation. I couldn't help it. I just needed a break, I guess. I needed to relax and rest, and I just wasn't in the mindset. If I'd have done one last week, I probably would have. I'd probably would have complained and told you all my troubles, but it's just best I didn't come on last week. So anyway, it'll be that way from at times. So I'm sorry it happens that way, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. But anyway, we are on here today, and I'd love to know how all of you are doing. How is your day going? How is your weekend going? How are you feeling? Tell me all that stuff in the comments below. And so anyway, let's see what I want to do. Let's get the preliminaries over. Then we can just talk. All right, if you watched my videos yesterday, I had two box openings, Paradise Galleries dolls that I had purchased from Macari, and so I'm featuring them today in this video. They are the babies of the day, and if you remember, one of them is a retired doll that's called, her Paradise Galleries name is Lacey, and then one of them is Puppy Love. Puppy Love had an awesome box opening, and he came as a girl. And I told you, of course, if you follow me, if you're I don't like to say followers, I don't like that word, but if you are with me on Facebook or Instagram, you already know their names. And but for those of you that's not with in a group with me on Facebook or connected with me on Instagram, then I will do the name reveal. Puppy Love came, Puppy Pal, not Puppy Love, Puppy Pal came as a girl, where to me on the website it's like he's a boy. So anyway, I told you that I'd let you know what I decided, whether I was going to keep him as a girl or make him a boy. And because I'm using the term him, I'm sure you probably know that and like I said, if you've seen it on Facebook or Instagram, you know that I decided to make him a boy. Put him back to what I felt like was his original. He was a beautiful girl. This doll can be a girl or a boy. And he was very beautiful as a girl, but I just couldn't get past the boy. Also, what really cinched it, is, if I knew how to edit, I would insert a picture right here, but I don't know how to edit. All I can do is like cut off the video, then put a picture, and then add, start another video, completely different video, and connect it all together. That's as far as editing as I can get. But how some people just flash up in the middle of, I don't know how they do that. Like they'll have a little picture up and you still seeing the main video, and they'll have a little picture up on the side. I don't know how they do that. But anyway, you probably have to have a special editor for that. And my editor, I just use a free editor, so you only have so much stuff you can do on it. So anyway, if you will go back onto Paradise Galleries website and look at Puppy Pal, he has little ringlet curls, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, especially as a girl. If you make it a girl, those little ringlets are just awesome. But I purchased these babies. I adopted them secondhand. They didn't come straight from Paradise Galleries. And I always wipe up my babies when I get them like that because I hug and kiss on these babies. Not that the person is nasty, but you know, I just feel more comfortable if I wipe them up a little bit. So I was doing that yesterday, wiping them up and kind of run the damp cloth over the hair, you know, to get any dust particles or anything that had collected in there. So naturally I needed to comb the hair after that. These beautiful little ringlet curls. So I got my pick and proceeded to comb the hair. And guys, all of those little ringlet curls came out. But I'm not disappointed at all. The end results was awesome for a boy. So here we go. Meet my Patrick Nolan. I knew his first name. I just for a minute couldn't think of his middle name. So meet Patrick Nolan. Look at this hair, guys. Now he's been laying on the back, you know, up against my arm and laying down for the night. I did kind of pull it out a little bit in the back. But look, I know the camera is not going to do it justice. His hair is amazing. It's amazing. I wish that every AA baby on Paradise Galleries had this type hair. It is so soft, guys. I wished you could feel it. It is so soft. Oh my goodness. And it just, once you pick it out, it just forms so beautifully. And like I said, the camera is not doing it justice. It is not. It doesn't look as good on the camera as it does in person. It is adorable. When I got his hair picked out, that cinched it. I said, yep, he's a boy, not a girl. I just love this hair. Oh my word, he's adorable. I love his skin tone. He's adorable, guys. He's just adorable. So meet my little Patrick Nolan, and I want to show you his full outfit if I can. He has on a little romper, a vintage romper. It has smocking across the top. It has a tractor, an airplane, and a car on the top. Has a little Peter Pan collar. Has little cuffs with the rib, what do you call it, rib trim, that little white trim around the cuffs. I don't know if you can see it. It's pleated down the front, well, the back too. I'll show you the back. Oh, I wish you could see the full effect of him. He's adorable. He has on his little high top white shoes. Oh my goodness. This baby, oh, he's adorable, and he is so cuddly. Guys, if you don't have puppy power, I highly, highly recommend for you to get puppy power. He is adorable. And he's Mama's little Patrick Nolan. Mwah. Mama's baby, him is. He's just adorable, guys. Oh, I love this baby. I love this baby. Yeah. All right. So that's his name reveal and his gender reveal. He's just adorable, guys. I will try to remember. I've said on one video that I was going to add pictures at the end, probably a bunch of them, and then forgot to do it. And once I get the video up, the only way I know how to do it would be to delete that video, go back, take my original video, add the pictures to the end of it, and then re-upload it. I don't think once it's uploaded that you can go back and add things to it, or I don't know how. So I would have had to deleted the one I already had up, but I said I wasn't going to do that, so I will try to remember to have pictures of these babies at the end of this video. All right, now the other baby, can you sit up there? I started to call him Nolan. Patrick, look at Lacey. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Yes, she has yellow on. Yeah, yes, she has yellow on. This baby is adorable. And for her middle name reveal, I told you I was going to keep her name as Lacey. She is Lacey Eileen. Her is Lacey Eileen. Oh my goodness. She's adorable. This is the one that is retired. And I've tried to find the year that she came out, but I can't find it anywhere. It's not on any of her papers. I do have her COA, but it's not on there what year she come out. Oh my goodness, she's adorable, guys. She's adorable. I had to dress them up. I had to dress them up for this video. Look at my baby. Look at Mama's little baby. Isn't she adorable? I smushed her little hat down. Isn't she adorable? Look at Mama's baby. I just love those little dimples. My husband was looking at her last night and he said, aren't they down too far? Don't they need to be up? And I would think they would need to be a little higher too, but hey, that doesn't take away from her beauty. She is gorgeous. She has on this little yellow bee dress outfit. It has the little bloomers with it and the little hat. And Mommy put her on some white socks and black shoes, patent leather black shoes. And again, I will try to have her picture. If I don't forget, I'll try to have her picture at the end of the video. And guys, if it's possible, this baby is even more cuddlier than any other Paradise Galleries doll. As cuddly and as much as I love Paradise Galleries dolls, this baby is awesome. Oh my goodness. She's so squishy. You know, she has, you know, the fiber feel in her, but oh my goodness, she's just adorable. I just love this little girl. Her skin tone, oh my goodness, she's awesome, guys. She is just totally awesome. Of course, guys, you know, if you watch all my videos, you know that I have just fell in love with Paradise Galleries dolls. I don't know why. I really don't. But I have fell in love with Paradise Galleries dolls. I love these dolls. Love, love, love them. I love my reborns, guys, but I'm going to be honest with you. At this point, now it may change. You know, we do change. You know, our collections change. Our likes change over time. It's just something that happens. And the reborns that I'm keeping, you know, I wouldn't get rid of them. They're sentimental. I love them. Their beauty is just awesome. The painting, the artwork is just awesome. But at this point in time, I almost can say, no, I can't just almost, I can say that Paradise Galleries is my favorite at this point in time. Now, like I said, I'm not getting rid of all of my Reborn. I love the ones I'm keeping. They have special meaning to me. Their artwork is amazing. They're just beautiful. And I'm not going to get rid of the ones that, you know, I've went through. I've decided on the ones I want to get rid of. And I've decided on the ones that I want to keep and not ever get rid of. And so I'm satisfied. I'm totally satisfied. But right now, Paradise Galleries is my favorite. I don't know. They just are. And a matter of fact, I'm going to be putting up a video hopefully later this afternoon or maybe tomorrow. I have some Ashton Drake toddlers that I'm wanting to move on to new homes, you know, where they can be given attention. They're beautiful. I have no qualms with their artwork, their beauty. I mean, they're just adorable. But to me, they're not cuddly, hug, you know, like the Paradise Galleries. And to me, they're more for just display. And I'm not really into just display dolls. I do have a couple that I keep in my curio cabinet, mostly. Well, one of them is a sentimental one, which is an Amazon doll. The other one is just an old Ashton Drake that I had gotten a couple of years back off probably either Mercari or it might have even been Poshmark. I don't remember. One of the sites I was on. And it's an old Ashton Drake. And I just basically put her in the curio cabinet for decoration. But I don't normally just leave my dolls for display. I want to do something with them. And if they're sitting here and I'm not doing anything with them, then I want to pass them on to someone that will give them, you know, attention and do something with them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 toddlers from Ashton Drake that I will be putting up. If anyone is interested in Ashton Drake toddlers, be looking for that video. I'm just going to briefly say I have a playlist that's named Reborns for Sale. That's where all of my dolls will go that I have for sale. I put the videos there in the playlist, so all you have to do is go find the playlist and it will bring up all the videos that has dolls in it for sale. As they sell and all of the dolls on that video has sold, I will take the video down out of the playlist, not off of YouTube, but out of the playlist. As each doll is selling that's in one video, I will always put in the description and in a pinned comment the dolls that has sold, so you can look there and know which ones have sold. So make it easier for you. So anyway, if you're interested, if you're looking for a Reborn, go check out my playlist, Reborns for Sale. And all my dolls that are for sale, well, will be after I get the Ashton Drake video up. All of my dolls that I have for sale will be in those videos. So, I just wanted to pass that by in case you're new to my channel and you might be in the market for a Reborn. And it looks like hubby's coming in, so there's probably going to be interruptions. Okay, to explain that. Just to explain that. Let me see if I got all the preliminaries over with. I'm not doing a shout out today. Okay, so it was the babies of the day, their name reveal, and I do have a topic that I can talk about if we get to that. I'm kind of just updating you on my life mostly today. What's happening, what's taking place. Um, for my new ones, I have several physical illnesses, mental illnesses, or, we don't like to use that term, but I have anxiety, which is a mental, emotional, nerve situation. So that's why it's considered mental. But anyway, I have anxiety, terrible. Not just social anxiety, although I do have social anxiety to the point that I don't leave my house unless it is just an absolute necessary thing I have to do. And I do take something for it, but there's times, even though you're taking something for it, there's days you still have, I can't say it was like an anxiety attack as far as, but there's times you have to deal with anxiety where it's, worse than normal on, normal days. And so, saying all that, yesterday was one of those days, getting to why I was saying interruptions. Yesterday was one of those days that my anxiety was terrible. Absolutely terrible. And interruptions when I'm doing something, interruptions to the point that I have interruptions around here. I'm not talking about just one interruption, which I'll go more into that in a little bit. But when it's constant interruptions, it gets when I'm having a bad day like that, it really works on my anxiety. And it gets me in such a place that I feel like my mind is just going to literally explode. And it's just, unless you have anxiety, you don't know the feelings. It's awful. It's an awful feeling in your head and your emotions, and it's horrible. But anyway, years ago, I think it was 2013, is when I actually started YouTube. Not my doll channel, but I started out with a crafting channel. And for years, I crafted and I scrapbooked. And I did videos showing my scrapbook pages and, actually scrapbooking on video and things like that. And loved it. But about, it was after we moved to this house is when my anxiety started really getting really bad. The older I got, the worse it got. And I would go, and my mom was living with me at the time. There was a lot going on. If you're new, I'm a pastor's wife. My husband pastors a church, and, there's a lot going on for a pastor and his wife. And so I was still scrapbooking at that time, and I would get in there and get started scrapbooking. And I'm not a real creative person. And if I get detoured from what I'm doing, I lose my thought of what I wanted to do. So I would go in there and I'd get started with my page and get it in mind what I wanted to do on my scrapbook page, and get started on it, and I'd have an interruption. Would have to either answer the phone, go to the door, go take care of mama, take the dogs out, whatever. Just a lot of things was going on that would interrupt me. And so then I'd go back to it. Well, then I'd have to rethink it out because I'd be forgot how exactly I wanted it, So I'd have to take the time to rethink out where I was going to put things, how I was going to fix that page. There'd be another interruption. And it got to where my anxiety couldn't handle it. I could not. It was like every time I went in there to work on a scrapbook page, there was just one interruption after another. Like I said, not just one interruption after another, just constantly. And I was having to constantly rethink what I was going to do on my page. And it got to the place I couldn't handle it. And I completely, for a while, I actually completely quit crafting of any sort. I didn't color, I didn't diamond paint, I didn't scrapbook, I didn't card make. I was doing all these paper craftings, altering items. I mean, I was into it. I was entering different challenges and different collabs, and but I got to the place I could not handle all of the interruptions, all the disturbances. It worked for some reason. It worked on my anxiety. So I completely stopped crafting altogether. And all I did, after I got the house cleaned up and, the necessary things done, I just sat in my chair, not sit there and twiddle my thumbs. I'd watch videos or, maybe read or check Facebook. I didn't just sit and twiddle my thumbs, you know what I mean? But I didn't, when I say I sat down in my chair and that's all I did, I'm talking about, that was it with crafting. And, if I couldn't find something else to do, then I just sit and watch videos, which I've always stayed pretty busy. But anyway, then I decided from there that I quit diamond painting. No, I picked that up. Did I pick that back up? No, there was a time I had started diamond painting right before I quit crafting. I had added diamond painting to my crafts I was doing, and I even quit that for a while. So then when I did decide I was going to try to pick back up and do some things, that's when I took up the adult coloring books, and my diamond painting. So that's all I did for a while, was just coloring and diamond painting. That way it was something that, I didn't really have to get my mind set on some, you just coloring. Or you just diamond painting, you didn't really have to think things out. So that's all I did for a long time. And just recently I've started picking up glue booking again, or collaging, however you want to call it. Glue booking. Some people call it glue booking. Some people call it collaging. I've picked that back up and added it to my crafting. I try to do a card. I don't just do cards a lot, but I do try to participate in the Fun Card Friday that they have on the in the crafting community. I still have my crafting channel separate from this one. So after I quit crafting, I mainly just spent time with my dolls. Changed my dolls, made doll videos. I did have my dolls. Now that I remember, I did have my dolls before I quit my craft channel. Before I quit crafting. So I just spent time with my dolls instead of crafting. But then, like I said, I've gradually picked back up. I haven't got back into scrapbooking and probably won't, because like I said, it's something that I have to really concentrate on, and get my mind on and get an idea in my mind. And right now my anxiety can't handle that, because I still have interruptions. And that's what I was getting at, telling you all of that when I seen hubby drive up. There's something about interruptions that just triggers my anxiety. Now, if it's just one during the period of time that I'm doing something, it's not so bad. But it's when it's one interruption after another, just one right after another. It triggers my anxiety somehow. I don't know why, but it does. And you know, I don't get mad. It's anxiety. But because of that anxiety and I can't control that feeling that I'm feeling, then I do get frustrated and aggravated. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad, but I'm frustrated because I can't control this feeling in my head, and it feels like it's just gonna it feels like everything is just loose and moving around in there. I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally. Just like I can't get my thoughts together. I can't get my feelings together. It's like, oh, it's horrible. So I told you all that because of me saying interruptions. Interruptions is my life. Hubby's done good. I don't know where he's at. He knew I was in here when he come in. He may have went back outside. He may be hiding in there. I maybe scared him half to death. But he is so good. My husband is so supportive of me, and he may not can understand to the fullness of what I'm going through if he hasn't felt that feeling before, but he is so supportive of me. He tries to help me in every manner he can help me. Um, he even helps me clean because of my arthritis and fibromyalgia. I cannot clean the house like I used to, and he helps me clean. He pretty much does all the cooking because I hate cooking. Now, he didn't used to. When in our younger days, when we had our children, he was going to a public job every day, and he was younger and was busy and active. He wanted a big supper when he got home. Well, the older he's got, he don't really want those big type suppers and things. And we just grab, he'll go in there and fix, like this morning he went in there and fixed some eggs and grits, and he's just so good to help me in every manner, and I really, 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 really appreciate it. I hope he knows I appreciate it. I try to tell him. He may get tired of hearing me say thank you, but I try to thank him every meal when he fixes a meal, because guys, I just standing up there, sometimes there's no way I could stand up there and cook a big meal anymore. My back gets to hurting me so bad that I can't stand it. I can't stand there. But even if it's a smaller meal that I could do, I just don't like cooking, and he knows that. And I've been faithful all year, all these years to cook, but now that we're older, and he's not, I say he's not as busy. He is busy. He is a busy man. But for some reason, he don't mind doing it. So he's the one that provides the meals, fixes the meals now. Every now and then I'll get to where I want to make a soup or something, and I'll tell him, what I need from the store. He does all the grocery shopping, everything. I'll tell him what I need, and occasionally I will fix a meal, but the majority of the time he does the meals, and nobody knows how much I appreciate that, because I have always hated cooking. I don't know why. And back when I was doing all the cooking and everything, if I found out somebody was coming over and was going to be there for around mealtime or spend the night or whatever, my first thoughts, even to well, until my husband started doing the meals, even when my grown children would come, my first thoughts is, oh my goodness, what am I going to fix? How am I going to cook for them? And it was such a a dread and such a chore to have to come up with meals and cook a meal to provide. I don't know why, but I've been that way my whole life. And, I had to do it when I had to do it, but now he does it all. I don't have to worry about that. And that's a load off my mind, and I really do appreciate that. But, that's just a little update. I was going to say, if you do watch my craft channel and you see my video yesterday, you'll see what a shape I was in yesterday, because I kind of vented a little bit yesterday on the video. I hate I did it, but sometimes I feel like, nobody ever comes in to visit us, and I don't have anyone that I can just call and talk to. The people, that I could call, they don't want to hear my complaints, and I know y'all don't either, but you can cut me off, you know what I mean? Where if I'm talking to somebody here, or I've called them, they're not as likely to just hang up the phone on me, y'all, if you don't want to hear it, you can just cut it off. So I don't mind venting to y'all. You can just cut me off anytime you want to. But sometimes I just feel like I've got to get it out. I've got to vent. I've got to say something and to relieve some pressure. So I did yesterday on that video, on my craft video. And I guess I'm kind of venting, today. Giving you an update on what's been going on with me. It kind of like, I feel like I've had a little therapy session, so to speak, I'm just telling you. And then when you comment and you give me, encouraging words after I've done that really uplifts me and it helps me. And so I guess that's why I do it. But I don't guess I'll get to the topic that I was talking about. I did have a topic to talk about. You know what? I may just really quick. It's not as long as I thought it was, the video. Someone, and I am so sorry that I did not write this person's name down. I tried to always remember to do that, and for some reason I didn't do it on this question. So if you were the one that asked me this question, or gave me this topic, really is more than what it is, please comment below and let me know that you were the one that left this comment. Okay, so apparently they were having, whoever it was having a hard time. People was apparently was giving them a hard time about their doll hobby, because they asked, when in time did mothers tell their daughters to stop playing with dolls, and why? And then the second part of that, or second part of the comment, is, what is the difference, or why is it can men collect Hot Wheel cars or trains, or these remote airplanes, remote control airplanes, or even the cars, remote control cars, or why is it they can collect things like that and they're never looked down on, but when a woman gets in the doll hobby, why is it looked down on? Now, as far as the first part of the question about when in time did mothers tell their daughters to stop playing with dolls, I have no statistics on that. I don't know if there are even any on that to give you actual statistics, actual whatever, on that. But in my mind, when I was a child playing with dolls, in my experience, my mother didn't tell me to stop playing dolls. It's something in the child most of the time that once they reach a certain age, they want to start feeling grown up. When they get in their preteen and teen years, uh, uh, a girl wants, she's having all of these hormone changes in her body, and she's experiencing different feelings and different things, and so she wants to start feeling grown up. And so society, or her way of thinking, is it's time to put away the toys, whatever they are, whether they're dolls, whether they're uh, even like Barbie dolls, any kind of doll, any kind of toy. I can't even, I was always all girly. I can't think of anything else that I played with other than my dolls, or like coloring and things like that. I can't even think of anything else I liked, because I was always girly. And so as a child, I wanted to play house, and I wanted to play having a baby. Now I would play school and things like that as a child, and I'd set my dolls up. They were at school, and but it was with my dolls. And but it's something in an individual, back in the day. Now today things are totally different than it was back when I was growing up. But as a child, as you're coming into that young adulthood of preteen and teen, things starts changing in your mind. And so your connection with playing dolls is that you're a child, so you put those things away, you quit doing those things, and you want to start acting grown up. And I don't really think mothers actually told their daughters that it was time to put the dolls up. They may have way back in there, I don't know. But in my experience and my growing up years, a young girl just came to that conclusion on her own, that it was time to put away the toys and grow up. So you ditch your dolls. Now you may have a collection that you don't want to get rid of, and had them, from childhood to adulthood. But as you're growing up, even though you kept them dolls, there's a spell there. You don't really do anything with them. They're just sitting there. So that's the way I see that part of what you're asking. Now, to be honest, when you get technical about it, there is no difference in a woman playing with a doll as it is for a man to set up a train set and go in that wherever he has it and play with that train set, or have a remote controlled airplane and get outside and fly the airplane. He's doing boy things. So I don't know why society looks down, but they do. They look down on women that has the dolls and does them like we do them. Now, if you're just collecting dolls and they're just sitting there, they don't think nothing about it. But because we change them, because we hug them, because we do role play with them, they look down on us. And I don't know why. I don't. For some reason, they don't connect a man playing with a remote control airplane or train or collecting Hot Wheels. They don't look at that as childish. But when we have a doll and we're changing it, they look at that as childish. And I don't know the answer to that. I ask y'all for comments and questions and topics for discussion, and I may not always have an answer. I may not know why, or I may not have an answer, but I do like to discuss it, and I would love for you to do that also. Maybe you know more on the topic being discussed, that you can give us a little more enlightenment in the comments below, or make a video yourself and talk about it. If you do make a video talking about it, I'd love for you to tag me in it so I can see it and be sure not to miss it. Or even come back to this video and let me know you've put up a video on that topic. I don't know. And to be honest, when you first started playing with the dolls, I mean, men plays with trains. You know, some men, not all men do, but some men, you know, the men that collect things like that. Not all women play with dolls. You know what I'm saying? So, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, there's, when you first started playing with the dolls, you probably felt a little leery. You probably felt, not leery, but a little uncomfortable maybe. When you picked it back up in your adult years, especially in the reborn type community where the babies look so much like babies and you treat them like they're babies, you know, you probably felt a little uncomfortable at first. And there's a lot of people, including myself, that's still uncomfortable with taking them out. You know, I don't know. I don't know why I guess we connect it to, oh no, am I going senile? You know, because that's always, you know, little kids played with dolls, and then once you got older and kind of dementia and stuff like that, you would have a doll. In between those two times, you didn't have a doll. You didn't play with a doll. And so when we do, we kind of feel uneasy, you know, because that's been, you know, that's just been the way it's been, you know. And so when we break that, we feel a little uneasy until we get into it and get used to it. So I don't know, but if you have more that you can put into this topic and give us a little bit more enlightenment of why is it looked down so much about playing with the dolls, or what your feelings are on it, how you felt when you first picked up the hobby again of playing with dolls. Give me some, you know, some feedback. I'd love to hear your feelings on it. And like I said, if you do a video talking on the topic, and this topic is discussed over and over and over, and we never really get a satisfaction answer on it, because why do we not? The reason we don't is society won't let us. Like I said, nobody thinks a thing about a man playing with a train set or remote control airplane or car or collecting Hot Wheels. Nobody thinks anything about it. They don't look at them as being childish. But society will look on a woman as being senile if she's playing with a doll. We don't think they're real babies. We know they're not real babies. We treat them as much like real babies as we can because we enjoy it. It gives us that feeling of motherhood again. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Just like when I was dressing these babies this morning for this, putting these beautiful outfits on them and seeing them all dressed up, it's just fun. It's enjoyable. It gives us something to do to keep us in our older age when we can't do like we used to. Gives us something we can do. Gives us a feeling of companionship, of motherhood, of, you know, it's just enjoyable. So, all right, now the video is long. Now it's long. All right, so I'm going to go, guys, and like I said, I'd love to hear your opinion, your feelings on this. And I was saying that we never come to that satisfaction because new people that comes into the hobby, then they have to face it all over again of society not accepting it, uh, them getting criticism for their hobby and what they're doing. So the question is always coming up. So don't feel like it's a burnt out topic, because there's always new people coming in to the hobby and having to face this. So what you say and might could help them through facing all this criticism of their hobby. It could give them some encouragement, and so don't feel like it's a burnout topic just because it's discussed quite often, because like I said, there's always, you know, new people picking up the hobby, and they have to face these things, and so we need to encourage them and help them through this criticism they get for their hobby, and help them to learn to push aside all that and go on and do what they enjoy. So, anyway, I'm going to go. I hope y'all have enjoyed this Rocking with Becca. And I will talk with you all later. I may, like I said, I may get that video up for the Ashton Drake toddlers that I have for sale. And then once I get that video up, I may, over a period of time, just mention, go check out my playlist. But I'm done bugging y'all with the selling of my dolls. They're there. They're in the playlist. And I'll mention the playlist occasionally. Not often, but occasionally. Until they're all sold. So, oh my goodness. That scared me. Some kids running across the yard playing and screaming, and it scared me there for a minute. Alright, guys, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna go get some more snuggles and huggles from my babies. I'm gonna play with my babies. I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.